So I've got a bit of a problem, and it's a problem I've had all my life. I am a maximizer, and I learned that 10, 11 years ago when I took the Strengths Finder, the Gallup Strengths Finder quiz. Now, if you've ever taken the Strengths Finder, you know exactly what it is, but it's sort of a giant personality test, and it highlights certain strengths that you have, and this can help you articulate what you bring to projects or to a business or to any creative endeavor that you might be doing. And it's super fun, and I remember learning my various strengths and thinking, oh, that's really cool, and like, oh, that's just like me, it's right, things like that. And when I first took it, I feel like it was like 2016 is when I took it, and I ended up taking it again in 2021, and the strengths pretty much aligned. They were the same thing. But this particular one stood out to me, which was maximizer. And let me find the definition, and I'll tell you what a maximizer is. A maximizer. Excellence, not average, is your measure. Taking something from below average to slightly above average takes a great deal of effort and, in your opinion, is not very rewarding. Transforming something into something superb takes just as much effort, but is much more thrilling. I thought this was really cool, and I was really proud of being a maximizer when I first took this test, because it's true. I always take things really far. If I'm getting into something new, I'm like, oh, I want to do it the best I possibly can. I'm seeking excellence. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But as I've gotten older and as I've progressed in my career, or as I've progressed through art, I've come to realize that for me, being a maximizer is a weakness. It is something that perpetually holds me back. And you can see signs of it here even in this channel, which is why I'm making this video. The very first video I made on this new direction for the channel is highly edited. I mean, it's not particularly strong, but I was diving into this idea of like cinematic vlogs or like editing, telling a story, filming my life. And I'm going to continue making videos like that. I really enjoy it. It took me an incredibly long time to edit that video and to film it. And then what I found is when I went to go work on the next one, I was frozen. I was like, well, I've got to make something that's better than that one. And so I tried to make one that was better than that. And then for the next one, like, well, it's got to be better than that one. And I kept finding myself making nothing because I'd get terrified that it won't be good enough. It won't be good enough. And that same perfection trap comes back. And so that's what's led to the last few days of these really simple, just talking to the camera, hanging out, doing the work, putting in the reps, and not trying to worry so much about being perfect or making the best video that I've ever made or worrying about how many people watch it. Because in the end, it doesn't really matter. Practice is practice. And sometimes when you're worried too much about being perfect or making something excellent or making something the best possible thing you've ever made, you can end up making nothing. Or you could end up spiraling and spending tons and tons of time on a project and never finishing it. And so I'm trying to find a balance between just making a video, a simple little video and chatting, and then making something bigger. I'm beginning work, and I started yesterday, the very first day, on a months-long video project, where it's going to be about creativity and the creative process, and I'm documenting a group that I'm a part of called Who Are These People? And we're a group of writers that get together in a writer's room and we come up with comedic character monologues together. And we pitch different ideas, and so I'm working on a documentary from first pitch to performance. And it's going to take a lot of time, and it's a perfect opportunity to make something great. But not every video I make needs to be great, and that's what I need to remember. Not every video needs to be great, not every story needs to be great, not every painting needs to be great, not everything you do needs to be the best thing you've ever done. And being a maximizer, a Gallup Strengths Finder maximizer, for me is not something I really want to be proud of anymore. It's something that I really truly believe has held me back from doing great work or putting in enough reps to learn valuable things. There's so much you can learn from doing the thing. And even this is the fourth sort of like talking head, just chatting with the camera video, and I'm already starting to feel a little more confident in front of the camera. I'm learning different things about what kind of lights I want behind me. I'm learning things about how I want to talk or how I want to deal with the audio. These are valuable lessons that I can only learn by doing it. And this really applies to anything that you're doing. So if you're a musician or a writer or an artist of any kind, do the thing. Put in the reps. Every rep does not need to be perfect. Every rep won't be perfect. But each time you're going to learn something from it, and you'll take something away from that rep, and you can put it into the next one, and it will compound. And each thing will get a little better each time. And I'm saying that like it's a lesson to you, but it's also a lesson for me. It's something I have to remember because I get lost in trying to make something amazing every time I try to make. And I think that is a mistake. I think it's not worth worrying about being perfect every time. And that could very well be what's been holding me back from writing for the last couple of years. I keep thinking to myself, well, what the next story I write, it's got to be better than that last one, which I'm very proud. The last story I ever published, I'm very, very proud of. It's my favorite story I ever wrote. And I've come to the realization that that might have been, that my maximizer personality has probably prevented me from writing another word because I'm too afraid of it not being as good as that story. But you know what? It's okay if it's not as good. It doesn't matter. Just put in the work, do the reps, and you will grow. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.